it didn't happen to like the hot guy. It didn't happen to Colby. Right? It never does. No. It only ever happens to the guy that already kind of acts like he shit his pants.
Oh, totally.
Like he's already awkward.
He's already awkward. And I actually just assumed based on his immediate reaction, I was like, this isn't even his first rodeo. This is something that happens on a semi-regular basis, and he knows exactly what to do. Would you like me to take over today, Corinne? Hello, guys. Welcome.
You know what? Go ahead.
Welcome to Where's My Spinoff? Your favorite Survivor 50 recap podcast. Woo! With a one-time, maybe two-time Survivor favorite villain, Corinne Kaplan. Corinne, would you say you were a villain both times?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
All right. Two-time favorite villain star, Corinne Kaplan, just here to rip them all to shreds. And I'm Brittany Haynes, from Big Brother, Once Upon a Time, and other stuff. Not Survivor, but we still like to talk about it. Hi, Corinne. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm leaving tomorrow to see my family, and the dentist is going to he's met my mom and brother, but he's going to meet my dad. Mm-hmm. And today my mom informed me they had to put our dog down. Oh. So that's a really uplifting way to go. All right. Home.
Perfect. So it's going to be a somber situation. Are we doing any type of funeral? Is there perhaps I don't know. Is there going to be a graveside service? Is anybody saying words?
No.
Okay.
I think my dad is having her taxidermied.
Cute. In like a specific pose or?
I don't know. This is the first I was hearing of it, but my mom said something casually to me about how she wants the dog stuffed. And I was like, come again? So
they must know a guy 19. Who knows a guy, because I don't think it's totally legal. But I mean, I'm sure there's like an undercover, taxidermy ring that deals in domestics.
I mean, the travesty here is, I've been trying to take taxidermy lessons. And if I had more time,
oh my God,
if this fucking dog could have lived a little longer, I could have done it.
Why don't you travel with the dog and do something of an apprenticeship as, like get some boots on the ground experience? I feel that could be valuable towards your future career.
Yeah. I don't assume they're still in possession of Zoe. I think she's probably gone on to, I don't think she's like at the house. I don't think we're going to do like a viewing.
Okay.
But
okay.
With my parents, you don't know. We could be sitting Shiva. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. And is the dentist clear to travel with the recent health scare?
Yes. So the best part of this is we had to ask, we took him back to the ER. I don't know if I mentioned that, but like, it's not like it was a one and done thing. Like we've been kind of struggling, and he wanted me to ask, he's like, can I fly? And they said, you just can't go somewhere remote. You need to go somewhere with healthcare. I go, oh, Florida, we got an ambulance coming every 15 minutes.
You don't even have to call. You can just go outside and hail it down like a cab and see if they've got room for somebody else in the back. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. And I mean, and then decent quality healthcare too, right? Like we're going to be fine.
Really good.
Yeah.
We're in Delray Beach. The other thing is he's on blood thinner, and my father, I thought, was going to be really like dicey about him playing pickleball, because what if he falls? And my brother goes, Corinne, that entire population, everyone playing pickleball is on blood thinner. Like that's the population of people that play.
That's actually true.
So
they probably, for that reason, you're going to find that it's designed in like a less strenuous way. Like it's going to be like a softer pickleball or something, because these people can't be risking life and limb to get out on the court week after week.
My dad, who is, I would like to remind everyone, also a dentist, carries a crash cart with him to the courts, the paddles, because he likes to be prepared. So
that's actually
I think we're in good hands.
I think he's doing a service to the community. All right. Well, that'll be an interesting adventure. How long are you going to be gone?
Just till Tuesday.
Okay.
So I leave tomorrow night.
Very nice.
But obviously we have to talk about Survivor, and I'm actually genuinely excited to talk about part of this show.
Okay, great. You tell me what your favorite parts were, because I also watched, I took the notes, and I have a few things to discuss as well. So let's see if we're in alignment.
Great. The best part of the whole show is when Christian Hubicki makes boom boom in his pants.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing TV.
No question.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's great.
Hands down.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. I loved everything about it. I mean, I am somebody who like, I full transparency, like I have issues. The dentist bought me a tub of towels in case anything happens.
Okay.
And so I am actually very sympathetic to this. But like, I genuinely loved that, like, it didn't happen to like the hot guy. It didn't happen to Colby, right? It never does.
No.
It only ever happens to the guy that already kind of acts like he shit his pants.
Oh, totally.
Like he's already awkward.
He's already awkward. And I actually just assumed based on his immediate reaction, I was like, this isn't even his first rodeo. This is something that happens on a semi-regular basis, and he knows exactly what to do. And the shock hit him at first, and his face just kind of like dropped. And I was like, oh, did he hear something? Is there something in the jungle? Like, was there a shaking bush? Like, what is he worried about? And then he narrates you through the fact that no, he's just realized that he pooped his pants.
Well, okay, but so this is where I kind of like lost the plot, because you have to understand that they're filming us, each one of us, pretty much the whole time, especially during the day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why don't we have, like, usually the call is coming from inside the house, right? You're like, oh no, I have to go.
Yeah.
And like, that's why I carry a tub of towels. Like if God forbid I can't get to a bathroom, right? But it just seemed like, surprise.
It did seem surprising. And you know what's the most interesting to me about that is these people are said to be starving. Like, I would think that you would be having the opposite problem, right? Like you have a somewhat limited water intake. You're not getting your daily greens and your fibers and all the things. So I would expect you to be backed up. I would not expect you to have like a loose situation.
Okay. So I have a lot to add to this.
Okay.
And okay, so my first season, we did not have coconuts. I don't know why, but we were in Africa. They weren't indigenous. Like they plant the coconuts. They just put them on the ground in the Philippines. There were no palm trees at all in the island. No one ever talks about that. But in Africa, they for some reason didn't give them to us. So we did suffer with constipation. And I have like a crazy story of how I had to handle that.
Yeah.
Now, when I got to the Philippines and there were coconuts everywhere. And in the beginning, I was like, God, they're all on the floor, because I grew up in Florida and we had to get people to climb our trees to pull them down before a hurricane, because they'll become missiles.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're not that free flowing. It's not like oranges. Like that's just not, once they come down off the tree, you don't even want to eat it. So I thought, well, this is odd. And then finally, like day 2, Cochrane's like, they're just putting them out every night. And I was like, oh,
that's why they're just scattered about. Oh, that's really interesting.
And then we never ran out. There was as many as you could hope for at any given day. There, you could keep cracking them open, drinking the juice, throw the meat out, do whatever you want.
Wow.
Here's the thing with coconuts that I don't think the general population would know, is that you can have a certain amount of coconut and then it causes what we would refer to as cocoa butt. Oh. And it's just horrible diarrhea.
Really?
So the thing is, the threshold changes with the ripeness of it. And like, it's not an exact science. So like for me, I was able to eat coconuts the whole time with no problems. Dawn, I'll give this as an example. Dawn was like severely fucked up. Oh. So much so that we were going into a challenge, and it's the notorious challenge that Philip threw. And she's very strong as a competitor. Like she's good. Mm-hmm. And we were really close. And she's like, Corinne, I don't know that I can, she's Mormon and she's like very like, she doesn't wear a bikini, she doesn't say any curse words. And she's like, I cannot shit myself on camera. Do you understand? And I was like, I mean, I don't think that's and she goes, it's very important that not happen. And I'm very concerned. And I said, all right. I'll run behind you. Like we were in this, like we were attached with each other. We had these like heavy, like rucksack things that were running through the water. And I said, just tap out the second you think you're going to shit yourself and hand me your rucksack. I might be using the wrong word. That's what I call those things. I said, and I'll understand what's going on. I'll just grab your shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, we start this challenge immediately. And it's so odd. I mean, no one else knew. Sorry, Dawn, for telling the world, but no one else knew what was going on because it was like the very beginning. And she's like somebody who does CrossFit. Like she's outlasting Cochrane. You know what I mean? Like and so she hands it to me and I realize like there's shit running down her leg. Like she just didn't want it televised. Then you go to this guy who's got arguably the longest scene of this episode.
Yeah, it was a pretty long scene. You're right. We had to go back and get like the shots of the reactions and then the discussion about it as he's gone off to, I would assume, clean himself. You know, we're talking about it back at camp. Yeah, we got some pixelation.
The pixelated pants. Yeah. Like we can't see what I like. I didn't understand I forget everyone's names, but the guy that starts describing it originally,
yeah, Joe.
He's like, it's like, what do you, yeah, right, Joe. He's like, well, like did he sit in bubble gum? And I go, why are you using the worst references ever? Did he sit in a fucking chocolate bar?
I did find the bubble gum was very odd. That one specifically, you're right. It was like, what do you mean? In what world is that? And then he called it like wet bubble gum or something. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like what came through the other side that is what we're going to declare it as being most similar to? It's so strange.
And just by the way, the way you figure out that someone has shit their pants is generally not, especially on Survivor where you're wearing these clothes, you know, it's because of the smell. And it seems like no one's commenting on that. They're just like, oh, his pants look fucked up.
Yeah. I did find it very odd. I didn't know, first of all, I was obviously talking about this in a group, and it was about 50-50 people that this has ever happened to. I am in that, I don't know if I'm just favored, blessed, like I'm not sure, but it's never happened to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about my bowels that the world is smiling upon, but I have never encountered this issue. I truly can't imagine what it's like for it to just escape. Like never has this happened. Never.
What's it like to be God's favorite?
I mean,
I think, I don't know. It happened to me like recently. Like,
what?
I mean, I have issues though. Okay. Yeah, but it's not like a full-fledged, but like, I had a surgery, which I detailed on my last podcast, where I had like about a couple millimeter or two cut from the muscle in my rectum. So if there's like an urgent situation, I don't have the safety that everyone else has.
Yeah, you're cooked. No, you're not alone though, because I feel like it was about like 50% of people were like, I mean, it happens. Like every now and then you're going to get a virus or whatever, and like you're not going to be able to be in control. And I'm like, this is news to me. I'm just like perplexed. I understand. I hear. I also, okay, not to call out anybody that I know, but I know a lot of women struggle with this after having kids. Like just the whole thing, the whole area is just in a bad way. And sometimes it can cause some issues. I had C-sections. Like I don't have that issue. And so it was a little bit alarming to me. Here's what I want to know. As if you are one of these other tribes members, tribe mates, tribe women, are you okay with the fact that there are no sanitization cleaning processes available for these pants should he ever choose to wear these pants again the remainder of the season?
Oh, Britney, there is one cleaning process, and this has caused major issues on many episodes, including my old podcast co-host, Max Dawson. The solution to anything is put it in the pot with boiling water, including he had like a wart on his toe. The medics told him to put it in the pot. That is the pot that you are eating out of. And in my case, that was the pot we were making water with. That is what they tell you.
No.
Yes. That's how you sanitize. Boil water.
So he has to boil the shit pants in the communal pot.
I mean, you have to understand, as disgusting as that is, in my seasons were different. We had to eat out of the pot. Like the water was boiled in the pot.
Right.
We had to clean our underwear in that pot.
Oh.
Like that's and my first season, I was stranded with it's a hideous suit, but it was expensive and it had a satin lining.
Uh-huh.
And they glove up with rubber gloves to touch you, to mic you up before challenges. But they're very particular that they really want you to sanitize your clothing because they have to get really close to you. And I was the only one that wasn't boiling my clothing because it's a fucking dry clean only business suit. It's all I have.
Yeah.
And I can't risk that it's going to get way too small when I boil it. And they were like, they all have Australian accents. They're like, Corinne, you miss boil? I can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't boil your clothes. And I was like,
Yeah,
no. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know what that was, Corinne. It wasn't Australian, but we're going to just move right along.
I usually just go right into Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah,
Like for any accent, I just sound like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, I was giving that a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I assumed that he was going to have to just do like a scrape of the rock. Okay, we're just going to scrape and then maybe some sunlight, some UV exposure, and do our best. But
the way we cleaned. Yeah, so that's the visual way to do it. The other way you can clean things is you take the sand and you scrub, with the salt water, but that's not good. And the last thing I will say, which is notable, there is an antiseptic in the med box for people with contact lenses because they have to be able to somewhat clean their hands. And we would abuse the shit out of that. Like we would be like, it's like what we used during COVID, like antibacterial gel. We would all use it like for only one person on my tribe the first season had contacts. I don't even know who had them on the second season, if anyone did, but like we would try and do that like before and after changing a tampon, like so you're not shoving your dirty fucking fingers up you.
That's a good idea.
So he could maybe pour that into, but you see, they have changes of clothes, which by the way, somebody reached out to me to tell me why they have a backpack full of clothing, which I thought was so crazy. Do you want to know what the reason is?
Yes, tell me.
I would never have guessed this. This is the most pussy fucking reason. Because of the season where there was alleged groping, they aren't allowed to cuddle with each other for warmth, which is traditionally what we do. Like I cuddled with Brandon Hance. Like I cuddled with Bob. Like I cuddled with Marcus. Like you sleep like holding each other because it's very cold at night.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are stranded in like a fucking sundress. And I don't know if you'd go hypothermic, but it does get really cold, especially in Africa. It got really cold at night. Well, because they aren't allowing people to touch each other.
Oh, I see. They gave them clothing. Oh,
that's what someone told me.
That would be so much more comfortable than having to cuddle with each other.
Of course.
Yeah. I would be so happy about that change.
It was also really awkward in my second season. Philip would always want to cuddle with me and he repulses me. Like I'd rather freeze to death.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really be like, no, because then it would seem like, well, are we not in an alliance? Like,
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you're cuddling pretty close to people like all night long.
Yeah.
Especially like we slept a lot of times by the fire and there's only so much heat the fire resonates. And when there's a lot of you got to get really like close to the fire. You could just kind of have to cuddle.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's a hot take. I mean, I did notice later in the episode, whenever they were going through Aubrey's bag and they're pulling the items out, and it was just like, she had like a week's worth of clothes in there. It was like, okay, this shirt and then this one and then this top she had a lot of stuff in there for sure. So that makes sense.
They were like in this order. And I feel like last week I didn't detail, but like you get the clothes on your back, you get a canteen and you get one small bag. The small bag is just for like collecting shit or if you had an idol. There's nothing in it. So the fact that they have a backpack where there's levels of clothing, I mean, she packed more than I'm packing to go to Florida tomorrow.
Yeah, she had a lot in there.
It's so insane.
Yeah.
What I kept doing the whole time, because you never know when the game's going to start, right? There's about 7 days, but it changes. And they purposely don't tell you when the game's going to start. Every night I would stack elastic hairbands on my wrist because I thought the worst thing in the world would be if I'm stranded without hairbands.
Oh,
like that's how I was... Like, that's how much I cared about, like, what I was allowed to have.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie ended up putting 2 pairs of underwear on every single day we were there so that when we were stranded, he had an extra pair of underwear, which I ended up wearing. But, like, otherwise, this is so luxurious compared to what we did.
Yeah, for sure. So...
wait, one more thing. The other problem is at night when you go to sleep, there's nothing to put your head on. So I would stack my sneakers, like toe frontward and then put my bag with nothing in it on it and try and sleep on that. These people have full on fucking pillows.
They do?
Pillows.
I didn't notice the pillows. Well, you just mean their bag full of clothes.
Yes. And a blanket for that matter.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to win those things.
Yeah.
Do you understand the comfort level I would have been at if I had something to put my fucking head on?
Yeah. You know what? I watched this episode and I was attentive and I took notes and I was paying attention. I have no idea what they won in that reward challenge. What did they win?
They didn't tell us. They said things to make your camp better. And then the second team, kind of better, not all the way better.
So that's it. It's not on me. They literally didn't show us what they won. Okay. I was like, how did I miss that? Okay. Makes sense.
Brittany, there was no time to show you that when they had to spend 10 minutes on poopy pants.
Yeah, you're right. We had to, something had to
So-
get cut. I was thinking that there was one real, oh yeah, I know what it was. Cause I was like, what was the actual point of even showing this? This was, there was no like closed loop on it. Was, what's his face coach getting a cramp in the ocean. And then he got to take
Yes.
the water Uber back up to the beach. It was for no
Okay.
consequence, by the way. Like, it's not like you get penalized if we have to save your life because your foot cramped up. It's like you just get dropped off at the beach. Like, oh, wow, hope that gets better. Bye. Like,
I
since
was
when?
floored.
Since when?
Floored.
Yeah.
Because by the way, it's a different story. Like, first of all, they break the third wall all the time on this show.
Yeah.
This particular season, and it's driving me insane. We're like for example, Hubicki is looking for an idol, and he's talking to the cameraman.
Right.
There's no one else there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not allowed to do that. It's one thing if they interview you or you find the idol and you look at the camera and you go, oh my God.
Yeah.
But he's having a conversation with the cameraman heading out there.
Right.
And similarly, when this happens to Coach, and then the other guys, Jonathan,
Yeah,
I
Jonathan.
can't get
That's
them
who
straight.
it was.
Okay. He goes, well, thankfully we have security swimmer boats. I'm like, you see, that's not on camera. And also that wasn't a thing in either of my seasons.
I
Didn't
know.
have that. And by the way, I want to mention that what could have happened there, which should have happened there, is that Jonathan has to drag his ass back.
That's what I
onto the
thought
beach.
was going to happen. That's
And
what
then
I
we
thought.
get that hero edit.
Yeah, what I thought was going to happen was, here's how it was going to go. Oh, I look over and Coach is treading water. He's, he was floating actually. He's floating on his back and he looks like he's in pain. And so I just assumed that where we were going was that he was going to swim up to him, hook an arm and swim him back up. No, we get like, here comes the little boat, and they put him in the boat and then they just drive him back to the beach. Why would you even show us this? Like, why even
I
make
don't
this
know.
something on the show? And then to add in Jonathan's whole talk about how, oh yeah, they monitor us while we're out there to make sure that we're safe. There's lifeguards. Now I'm seeing it as like a Disney cruise with the lifeguards going back and forth, like making sure that none of the toddlers are drowning. Like, what? Why would you tell us that information? We don't want to know that information.
I don't know. And I constantly get asked, like, anytime someone finds out I did survive, they're like, oh, you guys really eat when the cameras are off, or you know, they give you this, they give you that. And I'm like, no, it's way worse. Honestly, like, I feel like it is, if you had the cameras running all the time, it'd be interesting just because they do all this bullshit where like you have to do a walkout with your tribe flag.
Yeah.
And then, no, we didn't get it. Go back to one.
Yeah.
And you're exhausted. And the guy carrying the flag is so heavy. Go back. I mean, it was a constant reshooting of things and it's really tiresome. But like, what we didn't have is this like lifeguard situation. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
And it makes people assume that everything else is kind of fudged a bit.
Yeah. I thought it was such
safer
an
than
odd
it looks.
choice to include because it also like went nowhere and contributed nothing. His cramp went away and we continued on the show. So why even include it? Because now you're right. Now you have shattered the illusion for us that there's any danger in you going out there to swim at all, right? Like now we're under the assumption that if you get tired, you're just going to throw up a little white flag and the water Uber is going to come pick you up. Like, why would you?
Yeah. And
why?
To be clear, there are people all around during the challenges because genuinely when you're diving down and you're trying to go under something that's in the water and what if somebody whatever has a heart attack, whatever, they are monitoring that, but they're not supposed to be monitoring like, I'm just going spearfishing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go for I'm going to take an aqua dump. There's so many reasons to be in the water. I've never seen that there's just boats aimlessly hanging out in the water. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No.
I thought it would have been so much funnier if they would have pulled him onto that boat while he's all cramped up. But instead of going back to the beach, they were like, all right, well, you just forfeited the game. And then he's like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you need a medical evacuation. It's a medical evacuation. Yes. We're out, bro. Bye. And then they turn around and start zooming off to Ponderosa. And then he throws a kerfuffle and he was lying about the cramp all along. That was going to be a much more entertaining storyline. Yeah. Instead, they literally just dropped him off on the beach. We see him hobble up as he talks about his Charlie horse. And then the show just moves on. And I'm like, what was this for? What was this for?
I was as baffled as you are.
Okay.
I really was.
It's truly baffling. Okay, he was another like important moment for me later because I don't remember Coach well from his original time on Survivor. But I saw some pictures online when I was like doing my diligence, whatever. And obviously his hair used to be like less gray. And there was a couple of shots in the first episode where I thought I saw something that might be the flash of a shine of a scalp, but I wasn't positive. I was like, maybe not. Maybe that was just like an extra white patch of hair. You know how like there's a certain sheen that goes off of a scalp. That's like it's like a little flare, you know? And so I thought maybe it was just a patch of white hair. No, we finally got ourselves a clear visual. And we are concealing a large, what I believe, I'm not to spread rumors.
Oh
I believe
God.
we're concealing a large bald patch by we're doing like a low pony, and the hair from the front, the front horns
is doing all the work.
It's doing all the work. Yes. And I have evidence. I will show you.
Oh my God. This is breaking news. For those of you who are listening to this podcast for your Survivor content, I guarantee you no one is covering this.
Corinne,
I didn't notice this.
I had to
let me see it.
Record it on my phone and then go frame by frame to get it at just the right moment for maximum bald patch visibility.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And it's pretty far back. It's pretty far back.
Oh my God.
I know. Do you see?
Oh no.
It's those front pieces are just doing all the work. All of it.
That's crazy town. Just shave your head, man.
I mean, I think it's all gone back there. And we're just pulling, we're slicking it. And I'm telling you, I caught on the first episode, but I couldn't be sure. You know, I didn't have that moment. Finally got my moment. There were actually more than one, but that was my clearest photo. But there were several times where I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what we got here. Yeah.
You heard it here first. Wow.
Whenever
I didn't wake up this morning thinking you were going to change the world, but here you are.
Here I am. And
that's
so
crazy.
Cody Brown rocks one of these on Sister Wives that I call the Flesh headband. And this is like, it's a little further back than Cody's. Cody's is like very clearly,
it's different.
Like right there. So it's a little different, but I did catch it. I did note it. I flagged it.
You know, it's also why his hair is never down.
It's never down.
Never down.
It's in the pulled back low pony because he can like perfectly comb it around all the patch and then pull it into the low pony. And it looks like he has a very thick, you know, lustrous head of hair. We were all fooled.
If anyone could get a hair transplant for free based on publicity, it is you, sir.
Yeah, you're right.
You could do that.
Absolutely. Get to Turkey right away. We could have just booked it back from Fiji, layover in Turkey 1 week or so. Yeah. You know, and then hit the States. I mean, I feel like he has a solid claim here. Anyway, that was my breaking news for the day.
Wow. I don't know that we're going to beat that. What else did you, I'm looking at my notes.
I'll tell you something else I noticed that made me laugh, Corinne. Whenever, at the very end, when they decide to like hatch this plan to hide they're going to hide the fake idol on the set.
I'm so confused. Thank you for bringing this up because I'm so confused by this.
Okay. Yes, we will talk about that game move in depth. But what made me laugh about it was that it caused us to have to zoom in on this like faux ruin set. And it's like 4 styrofoam rocks with like some boxwoods.
Let me tell you something, Brittany.
Of boxwood, like stuck in between.
I have been to Casa Bonita, and it is significantly better than the set. Yeah, it's not impressive up close, I got to tell you.
They're going for a vibe. They're going for an atmosphere. They're never counting on a zoom in on like one particular rock, right? Like that's never going to happen. So we don't have to try that hard. Like we just give it a spray paint, give it a glaze, and tuck a couple of inexpensive boxwood sprigs off of an old wreath between, like move on. Those plants don't have to be native to this region. No one's going to pick up on it. It's a vibe. Lo and behold, they just shot themselves in the foot. Today we're zooming in. We're zooming right in on your styrofoam stones and bricks. That made me laugh. Okay. In terms of, are they allowed to hide things in the set? What is your understanding?
I have a lot of questions. So my first question is, you're hiding this, but you don't know who's going to tribal next. And also, why are you assuming, like, they bust the set? Like, they're gonna leave it in, but if like somehow you did this and production didn't know, somebody would just like clear that. I don't like, you have to understand, this is the same fucking set they've been using over and over and over again, right? So they're going in and they're touching up the paint and whatever. And it's in the elements. I was like, what are they doing? And then like, okay, so now you're going to have a confusion of, if let's say it's another tribe that goes to tribal and somebody on that tribe finds the fake idol. Mm-hmm. They don't know it's fake, which is the fun of it. But you don't also know when you meet people and somebody goes, hey, we know whatever, Camilla, is that her name? We know she has an idol. Well, now you got to go, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Does she have a real idol? Right. I mean, like, if you get the information, and it's not from that person where they're going to show it to you, you've confused yourself now. I don't really understand the advantage of this.
It is really strange to me. And I wondered that. I was like, okay, are they going to have to take this out and put it back just every time these people come back? Or are we going to leave it there all the time? Because what if somebody else finds it who is not Devon's or Christian? Now what happens with said faux idol? Like, I find it very strange. And then apparently I saw on like X or something that someone tried this maybe like in season 44 or something, and they were told that they couldn't do it. So are we allowing it this season? Like, it's a very gray area. I'm not sure. Obviously they wouldn't include it if it doesn't go somewhere. Surely, I say that, although we did just cover the cramp on the beach segment, but so maybe not. But I do find it interesting to see like logistically how they're going to make this work, because then you're setting yourself up for this to be a repeat scenario if it plays to be actually advantageous.
I just feel like one of my biggest complaints is I have so much trouble following all of the twists and the fucking idols in the first place that like I really didn't need another one.
Yeah.
Like this
really isn't the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. This is the shit pants boom shakalaka idol. Like, this is different. This one is like, this is a different one. Don't get confused. I want you to think that this is the Billie Eilish idol. It's different. Okay. It's a different thing. Even though it does come in the Billie Eilish patented parchment.
It does.
Yes. But it's not the same.
I was excited because a viewer let me know something that I didn't know, and I'm going to share with you. So let's start with this. You familiar with the Villages? And tell me what you know about the Villages. Because I'm from Florida, and we got a lot of things to talk about with the Villages.
I saw, recently I encountered an individual who said who proclaimed to be from or living in the Villages. I didn't really know what that was. I then later had a friend who was in the presence of this same situation send me a link about, I'm trying to remember what the news story was now, but it was some crazy news story out of the Villages. I want to say it had to do with the Hooters, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe something to do with Hooters and the Villages.
So the Villages is an over 55 community, and it's where everybody who partied and doesn't want to stop partying moves. Okay. And it's usually Floridians, but it can be anybody. And it's considered very trashy. Okay. Now, I say this as someone who has proclaimed time and time again until I met the dentist, like, I'm just going to move to the Villages. It is spring break year round. They have more alcohol consumption there than any other city in the United States. Wow. And they have a higher rate of STDs than any other city in the United States, because they're all fucking and you can't get pregnant. So I subscribe to their newsletter. They have bars and nightclubs. They have a cocktail called Sex in the Square because a woman was fucking her boyfriend in the square and she got arrested for it. And they were like, let's make it into a drink. Like, they are the wildest. So there's a Netflix documentary I encourage everyone to watch. Brittany, you will love it. I just rewatched it because the dentist hadn't seen it. Full Netflix documentary. And they have, they put like loofahs, different colored loofahs on their golf carts to denote which ones are swingers and what they're into.
I've heard of that before. I've heard of the loofah thing.
I'm going to roll out what I found. Okay. I was sent the actual advertisement, which, by the way, I follow the Villages on Instagram and somehow missed this because Instagram fucking sucks. Somebody on this season lives at the Villages and did a full, hi, I live at the Villages. I love it here. Guess who?
Okay. And
because it's not obvious.
It's not? Okay.
Well, it's obvious in that it's an older person. They have to be over 55. So I guess that makes it obvious. But this person isn't somebody I assumed was, getting fucked up every day.
Grabbing my cheat sheet. I was going to say Coach, but it's not Coach.
Now that would have been a good guess. Yeah. No, Brittany, it is Chrissy Hoffbeck. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Not Camp Mom.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. And you know what? That also explains why she got the upper bluff. I mean, you want to be hot. This is literally a singles paradise. That's what they do there.
Oh my God. She is running the Villages mahjong community like on top of it.
I mean,
ducks in a row.
It is serious partying all the time.
No,
like I'm talking,
I would have not guessed that.
They have clubs there, and one of the clubs it's called Margaritaville, and it's just people that get fucked up all day on margaritas, and they wear like flower shirts, and they meet like at 10 a.m. like daily.
Oh.
I mean, I am so entrenched in the Villages culture. I'm telling you, Chrissy, I have so much respect for you, but I didn't see it coming.
Okay, and so assumedly she's married. I mean,
I would assume not.
Oh, you would assume not if she's at the Villages, partying at the Villages.
I mean, you can be married at the Villages, but most married couples don't go to the Villages.
Okay, interesting. No, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
So good on you. I was guessing Coach. I was like, yeah, I could see it. I could see that low pony at a Margaritaville at 10 a.m. I could absolutely see that happening. All right, interesting, Chrissy.
Can I tell you a fun fact that I just thought of that you definitely wouldn't know? So Randy, my good friend Randy, for a little while lived with Coach in a little town called Susanville in Nevada.
Okay, cute.
He lived with him for like 8 months or something. Yeah, they were like roommates.
Okay, interesting. How is
this is very
how
random.
is Randy doing, by the way? Has he recovered? Is he watching Survivor 50?
No,
it's not good
he is back at work. He's back at work. He's doing he works as a substitute teacher, so he's doing some shifts.
Okay,
and he's feeling pretty good.
Good,
yeah,
very good. Well, happy to hear it, Randy. Maybe you should check out, see what Coach is up to. It's getting crazy. He's getting Charlie horses while he's fishing. It's nuts out here.
Yeah.
Okay. What about all the people like jumping off of the deck, whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, the platform into the water, and they just have like the worst, the most pathetic jumps I've ever seen.
So when he was like, okay, go swim out. Like he was like, goodbye, go swim out. I was like, I would so be the person that like eased myself off
totally
the deck because I don't know how to dive and I don't really want to. Like
Corinne, I would be so embarrassing because I do not want to jump into any water without my nose plugged. And it would be so embarrassing to be nose plugged, girl. Just imagine me running to hit that thing off. And then on the way down, I'm like, drop the baton so I can plug my nose. That's what I would have to do.
So
I can't jump into water without plugging my nose.
I was paranoid. So that particular challenge, we had that on Carmone, and I got to sit that one out because I was like, I would be Aubrey. I'd be the person that just absolutely didn't get it. Now I got to climb back up. Now I'm super stressed. Yeah. I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
Like I hate that challenge. I hate it.
Yeah. Oh my God. She made me laugh when she went the first time and she missed it because she took off running with that baton and she was holding it with both hands running.
Yeah, I saw.
Not able to get any like momentum through her arms because she was like holding the bat just with two hands clutched on the whole time. And then she jumped and it was very, very bad. But I would be super embarrassing. I'm not passing judgment on these people for their bad jumps because I wouldn't be able to do it either. Frankly, I'd be more embarrassing. Maybe I would have to take some little like nose plugs. Maybe they would let me take some.
It seems like they would, honestly. Yeah. I'm surprised people don't have goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A full snorkel set for me if I have to go underwater.
Whatever you need.
At all. Oh my God. That was funny. What else did...
prescription goggles? We got that.
Yeah. Oh, and you can use them to make fire to boot. They're multi-purpose. It would be perfect.
And then, you know what I noticed this episode? Somebody said, like, we've only been out here 3 days, or somebody, see, that's another thing they should have edited out. Somebody came up with a day count.
Yeah. And we're only on day 3. Meanwhile, Aubrey looks like she's been there for weeks already. Girl is in misery. She's miserable. Hates that tribe. Hates everybody there. She is like bottoming out in the emotional tank. She's bottoming out already. Day 3. It's rough.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I tend to think like she was one of my winner picks. I'm not in a fantasy league or anything, but like when we talked about it, I was like, I don't know, I'd give the money to Aubrey.
Yeah.
She's kind of cat-like in that like she'll
adapt.
I don't know. She'll figure it out. Or they'll shake up the tribes and then she'll get, like she got the boomerang idol and that brought her to tears, of course.
Yes, of course. I have our cry count at like 11, I think. I think we're sitting at 11. And I do think that the only reason possibly that they even showed that little segment of her being emotional, the only reason that ever made the air was because she gets the boomerang idol. And so they wanted like the full circle moment of like, oh, I was so low, I was feeling so terrible. And then I got this boomerang idol and now I'm back to life. I don't know that we would have even necessarily seen that footage of her hating her life so miserably, if not for the fact that later she gets so happy.
Yeah. I mean, it's rather boring to me.
Okay. Well, I'm so sorry to bore you with conversation about a reality show that you were on twice.
I was happy to see Savannah go. I don't find her to be very interesting while we're on the topic of boredom. I was like, all right, get rid of her.
Well, I mean, once she had to announce that she had just won, no, the people out there are not going to be sympathetic to your cause. If they're like, hey, you won $1 million 2 weeks ago. You're not necessarily like one of the big buff people that's going to win us a challenge. You're pretty disposable at that point, I think.
I was shocked at how she's so grateful. Thank you. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm like, all right, well, you spent 4 days and now you've got another 22 of being stuck in pre-juror trip hell. I don't know if you're going to be so grateful when you figure out what it's like when you don't win.
Okay, I have another question for you, Corinne. Did you see the portion of the episode where they showed them like coming to Survivor 50 and we're pretending that we're getting on like a private jet or something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Do you think they filmed that prior to the start of the season or after? Like, did they really all see each other? Because what it's doing is telling me that they all saw each other before the beach. Is that accurate?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because if they were climbing in the jet together, then hello, you knew who was going to be there. So did they film that, do you think, before or after?
They had to film it, perhaps. They had to film it before because everyone looks different after. Like everyone looks thinner and you couldn't really do it after. You have to do it before, but you're right. Again, and the early boots, we need that shot so badly?
The early boots go home, right? They don't even stay. You don't stay unless you're jury, right?
I mean,
or do you have to stay no matter what?
Everyone had to stay on my seasons and it's a huge point of contention. And especially given how short this is, like I wouldn't be that complaining about it. But like when Franny was voted, you're gone for 45 days in total, 39 days plus the pregame stuff. When Franny got voted out on day 3, she had 36 more days of Ponderosa.
Oh, and she had to really just go.
That's how that works.
Well, I was just curious about that because again, it goes back to the fourth wall thing of like, wait, are you telling us that we all knew who was going to be on this show then?
Well,
if they all took the private jet?
I don't know. Yeah, obviously.
Weird.
But also they wouldn't let them go home because it's too easy. These are characters people know.
Yeah.
So if you saw Coach 2 weeks after he left and he's back teaching middle school soccer or whatever the fuck he does.
Well, that's what they told us about The Amazing Race. And I'm going to be real honest, Corinne, I don't think anybody cared. I don't think the paparazzi were not looking to spoil The Amazing Race cycle 37. It was not going to, that was not going to be a high dollar tip. Nobody cared.
While we're on that topic, shall we get into The Amazing Race real quick?
Let's do it.
So we were graced with today, TMZ ran an exclusive story and the headline, I was like, Oh my God. Finally, someone did something. The Amazing Race, Jonathan and Anna Towns sue CBS for $8 million, which I was like, that's an odd number.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Wonder what they're selling. You know, I was thinking long-term physical damage. Maybe they contracted a tapeworm or, you know,
incurable disease.
Health.
Yeah. Something you can't take back.
They claim CBS and the show's producers besmirched their names on the reality TV competition show, and they want them to cough up more than $8 million in damages over it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
As if your name is worth $8 million. You can just change that, babe. CBS is going to mail you a check for $35 to take to the Social Security office so that you can just change that name. If it's all mired now, just get a new one.
What are you guys talking about? That's all reality TV does. It besmirches everyone's name. You get into
Truth.
You go on reality TV understanding. And by the way, I would like to say, maybe I'm not that complimentary towards CBS, but I am complimentary towards The Amazing Race does not seek to ruin reputations like Survivor does.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if they went out of their way to besmirch anyone's name. And this is so laughable. I can't even believe TMZ covered this.
I can't either, but
it says,
you know what I can also say with certainty? The Amazing Race cannot afford it. Like, frankly, just to fire a cease and desist back, we're in the red. Like, next season just got scrapped because the whole freaking budget, we just wrapped up the whole budget just to send one cease and desist. Like, they cannot afford it. They were already like small potatoes and they were already on the chopping block. If they have to put $1 towards the legal matter at hand, it's over. It's a day. Call it a day.
I agree. But then they go on to say the footage made Jonathan look like a morally depraved, brutal, and abusive spouse, while at the same time omitting material that put Jonathan in a more humanizing light. That is reality TV, A. B, I highly doubt Amazing Race, which is such a family show, actually made him seem like a depraved person. I mean, on Survivor, we had them bring back a guy twice, Mike Skupin, who's a convicted pedophile. Like, we have bigger problems. I don't understand. Leave Amazing Race alone.
Also, I have never heard in my life the name Jonathan Towns until just now. You just besmirched your own name, babe, because I hadn't even heard it. I didn't see one news article about this. I never heard one piece of information about this monster husband from The Amazing Race. But now I have. Now you've just outed yourself for me. Thank you so much.
That's such a solid point. Yeah. The 46 people that watched that show are the only ones that had any inkling. And what I think probably happened is he went on like Reddit and was like, oh no, people are saying mean things. What can we do about this? And this was not the move.
Corinne, I cannot believe you're not reading me this portion. Since appearing on The Amazing Race, where he was reprimanded more than once for his name calling and demeaning attitudes towards Anna Towns, the wife, Jonathan has been diagnosed as having autism spectrum disorder.
Oh yeah.
Their 25-page complaint asserts.
And then read the bottom where they're like, we want them to issue to like put it in the, and they said nobody knew. He didn't know. Production didn't know. Nobody knew. He got diagnosed after this.
Yeah.
Well, they want to recall the footage and have a warning saying, just so you know, he's got autism. That's why he's abusive. Which makes no sense.
I just cannot, right? Like, two things can be true. Okay. We can definitely verify your diagnosis. That's great. Has nothing to do with the name calling and nothing to do with it. Okay. Just another fact.
Britney, where you could have gotten me, where I could have turned the corner on the Towns couple is if he had Tourette's.
Yeah. There you go.
Now I understand.
Yep. You're right.
You're arbitrarily yelling things.
Yep, you're right.
Calling people names.
Absolutely. They want $8 million from Paramount and Pals. They're gonna come back in their letter and be like, if we gave you $1 for every eyeball that viewed you being abusive to your spouse, we're gonna write you a check for $47. Like, of course. $8 million. This is insane. This is absurd.
Also, I want to point out that like I'm very big on like accountability. Like when people come at me and are like, you know, like I'm hoping it's just the edit, but you seem like a real bitch on the show. I'm like, it's not the edit. I mean, sure, there were probably lots of times I was funny. I have a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
I don't care if they edited that out. Anything I said, and I stand by what I said. And I, even at the reunion, when I was given a chance to take it back, I refused.
Yeah.
This guy said whatever he said. Even if he said other nice things later, you still said whatever the fuck you said.
Totally.
I don't understand this this Monday morning quarterbacking, stand by it, man.
I mean, and I also don't understand why you even feel the need to defend yourself when literally no one cares or heard or watched. Some of these people on Love is Blind. Yeah. Hello. We're making fun of them. They're on every single social media account where it's blowing up. We're talking about how you've never had this job and you lied about this and you're lying about this. Yeah. You got off so easy. No one said a word. No one was talking about this. No one cared. Even CBS's response is probably, who are you? Which season?
Yeah.
What? Which season was that? We're going to have to figure out. They're having to check the Rolodex. They don't even remember. Mm-hmm. And nothing that polarizing really ever happens on that show. They just like to show two buddies globe-trotting, high-fiving, and having a good time. I
mean, they love a good sibling rivalry or couples dispute. Yes. That's fine. They have to have some drama in the show, but they are just not trying to dog reputations over there. They're not. They're pretty chill.
It's crazy. I'm not seeing it so I want to fact check because I'm not. Oh, and they want a jury seeking. They want a jury. They want to bring in people with better things to do to sit in a box and hear about just how painful this was to go through.
Wait, I have the perfect tie-in because I just learned this. I tried to fact check this. I was told it was wiped from the internet. So if I am wrong, I'm just going to say allegedly.
Oh, I know exactly.
Jonathan.
Oh, okay. Not where I thought you were going. Continue.
Oh, Jonathan from originally season 42, I believe, the big hunky guy on this show that apparently is MAGA, which is why everyone is yeah, that's why we didn't tell you, you should be crushing on him. Oh, well, he was engaged to a 16-year-old.
I know. I heard that too. Is it true?
You heard that too, right?
Yeah.
I can't figure it out. I can't find it anywhere on the internet. And I mean, but again,
I don't know.
That's Survivor. Not even Survivor, probably that team buried it for him. They were don't worry, boo. We got you. That's if you made a mistake. But Amazing Race, you're coming after them?
Yeah, right. You're coming after you're wrong show. If you were going to go back and sue after the fact, you picked the wrong one. You need to go to a network with more money. Okay. Yeah. Weren't you given $4 on most of the legs you were on? Babe, this one isn't it. This isn't the one to go for. You need.
It's not.
You're treasure hunting in the wrong spot. Different island. It's not gonna work here. Anyway, they'll never be renewed now because the cease and desist, frankly, is gonna. It's a wrap.
Them.
It's a wrap. What I was gonna say was, it doesn't say in here, but I heard that they are, they filed this themselves. They're pro se, representing themselves. They don't even have representation. But I'm not positive about that. That's alleged. I didn't fact check it, and it doesn't say in here.
Okay.
But I think that they are just I don't know, at the courthouse.
The craziest part is they also had to go to TMZ and tell TMZ the story and hope that TMZ would run it because CBS didn't. And nobody found this out on their own. So they reported it to TMZ. Yeah.
Yeah, of course they had to. And by the way, it wasn't exactly a slow day for TMZ. Hello. We've got other stuff going on. I'm surprised. They probably had to invest some money in getting the story pushed out. Allegedly. These people are litigious. Let's be careful. Allegedly, maybe. We're not sure. Oh, it's so funny. Mm-hmm. Poor Amazing Race. It's so over.
I know. I felt sad when I read that.
Yeah. They're never coming
Do you want to close this on what do you got? So I've been collecting these castings I've been getting that are just ridiculous. And I want to see these shows greenlit, but they're just really insane castings.
Okay.
And since every single time Jeff does that little promo, everyone that's on the show thought, they're sitting in the couch thinking they could do this. So apply to get on Survivor. I'm are we not ending this already?
Oh, you mean Survivor? No, we're not ending this. We won't be ending this for quite some time. Actually, the ratings for the premiere were good. They were pretty good. I mean, but I wonder. current number standards, they were good. I think it was like
of
somewhere
course.
around
Like
6
4?
million. No, 6.
Oh, that is good because the other one dropped to 4.
Yeah. So this
I
was
know
like
that
a new
49
high
did.
of the last several seasons. This was like a new high. So see, that big splash premiere paid off.
Billie Eilish.
Billie
She
Eilish
is the
brought
reason.
the numbers.
All right. I'll give you a few castings just to round us out today.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. This one is casting couples.
Okay.
Looking for couples where one person dated someone else in their partner's family. Example, did your boyfriend date your sister, your mom, or your aunt? Or did your girlfriend date your dad or your brother or your uncle? Open to other dynamics. This can be a secret or not. If this sounds like you or someone you know, tell us your love story.
Oh.
Boy, we're looking for a very shallow pool of white trash. That's like, yes, actually, my mom's ex-boyfriend is my current boyfriend. Are you interested in the story? Because that's the type of people you want to give fame to.
Yes.
That's the TLC lane of.
I was going to say, let's do a guess the network. And based on that, I'm going to say TLC or WeTV, which is who puts out Love After Lockup. Mm-hmm. And I could see this being a quality program for whatever WeTV is.
I am so glad you brought Love After Lockup up because that is what I was going to say next.
Love.
So this is this is how it starts. A groundbreaking new dating series for a major streaming service is looking for single, attractive men and women who've been convicted of a crime and are connected to someone who has and have felt judged, misunderstood, or rejected because of it. If your past or someone else's incarceration has followed you into every relationship, this is your chance to be seen, heard, and loved for the person you've become. It's not just a dating show. It's a social experiment in second chances and romantic redemption. Let love be the judge. And I was like, I feel like we already have this show.
Oh, so is this going to be like Love is Blind, except for we know what you look like, but we don't know what your crime was? Because I might be interested.
Well, I hope it's a whole house full of people that are ex-cons. And now we just wait and see. Like,
interested.
Is old Claudia Sticky Fingers going to steal somebody's shit in the house because she did time for, larceny, not arson, larceny. What is it?
Larceny.
Big stealing charge.
Larceny. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I just finished.
I have not done time.
I just finished a season of Homicide NYC, and I heard about larceny like 2 days ago. So fresh top of mind for me. But when you read these off, all I hear is like, oh God, I can't wait for that one to get greenlit. I can't wait to watch.
I know.
That one.
I feel the same way.
These are so good.
Like, stop sending the emails about the castings and send me the emails of like this show premieres on Wednesdays at 3 p.m.
I would like to tune
on
in,
what
please.
Network?
Yes, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the last one. I just thought this was funny. This is a nationwide casting for a very tall man over 7 feet.
Okay.
Appearing to be age 35 to 55. Over 7 feet. Honestly, for a lot of my life, I was looking for that man. So let me know if you find him.
Well,
but then they say, we're looking for a very tall man over 7 feet. I actually have 2 friends that are 7 feet, but they want over 7 feet.
Okay.
As tall as possible for a dynamic reality style production. Must be comfortable in front of the camera. And then you know what the next sentence is? The role is non-speaking. Why?
Why are
Why
we
can't
doing?
I just exist at 7'1"?
Yeah, what are we doing with this man? What does he have to do?
Acting experience is a plus, but it's a non-speaking role, Kara. Why do you care?
That is so interesting.
And it pays.
Okay.
It's let's see. It's $8,000. So
$8,000. Okay.
Yeah.
For what is assumedly like a one-day shoot where you're just going to be
it is.
a really tall thumb.
Yeah. Okay. 1 day shoot.
All right.
And I would get a referral fee. I get $500 referral fee. So why don't you reach out to me at where's my spinoff at gmail.com and perhaps I will submit you.
I was going to say, do they know about your Rolodex? Because you know all the tallest people. Just
I do.
Tap into your phone, go into the contacts, make a quick $500. You could buy another mattress.
The problem is all of the friends I know that are like 7 feet or more are in the NBA or were and don't need $8,000 to stand there as an extra on the set of whatever this is.
Whatever this is. Are you watching Love is Blind at all this season?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think you
After
would.
the network told us our coverage of it flopped, I decided I didn't need to watch it. They were like, thanks so much. No one cares what you think of Love is Blind.
No one cared. Well, I'm watching it just because it's entertaining. It's very similar, though. I mean, all the seasons are the same. So you're not really missing a lot. Everybody breaks up. No one's happy. The end. It's easy.
Okay.
But the finale is next week. I was just curious. I know. You've got a lot on your plate now that you have to watch Survivor.
Yeah, and I have to watch it in the morning before work because I won't pay the extra money to watch it the night of. And I don't care. I'm not doing it. So I wake up early and then I get on the stair climber and I watch the show and then I grab my phone and take notes in between.
Very good. Look at you. What a hard worker.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Well, safe travels
All right,
to Florida.
guys.
Hope it goes well.
You. Yes, I hope so too. I hope we actually make it on this trip, and it's unlike the Costa Rica one.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. All right, guys. We love you. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Bye.
Bye.